You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Daniel Barez takes on Andre Lima this Saturday at UFC Fight Night back in the Apex. And I think this is going to be a stand-up war between these two guys. I've been watching them back a lot of these guys' fights. They're both very technical on the feet, very tough, carry a lot of power. Andre Lima, he's 10-0, undefeated, coming into the UFC, 26 years old, 5'7", 67.5-inch reach. Coming off of a win over Felipe dos Santos, and has a win over Mitch Raposo, Igor Severino. You might remember him as the guy who beat Igor Severino by way of DQ because Severino bit him, which was a first for me. Bit him in the middle of the fight. They ended up checking the footage and DQ'd Severino. But despite that, he's had a bunch of really good showings in the UFC. Daniel Barez, 36 years old, 5'6", 66-inch reach, so he's going to have an inch-and-a-half reach disadvantage. Fighting out of Spain, coming off of a very fun fight against Victor Altamirano, if you guys haven't seen it. Dropped Victor Altamirano in the first round. Got dropped by a spinning attack in the third, got his nose broken, but then came back and knocked down Victor Altamirano again in that fight to get the decision. But both these guys very tough. I just think that Andre Lima, he's the younger guy, and I just think he's more technical. I think he gets this one done. He's like a 3-time Brazilian kickboxing champ, 2-time American kickboxing champ, jiu-jitsu black belt, been training martial arts since he's like 9 years old. So super well-rounded, super talented for being only 26 years old. Primarily a southpaw with very calculated pressure, always pushing forward, but never really getting himself into any trouble. He moves just out of the way of strikes, but still kind of maintains his distance to be able to land his strikes back. So always in your face, but not really there to be hit, if that makes sense. But very calm and composed for his age and only having 10 fights. Great calf kicks that we saw against Mitch Raposo. Almost put him down several times due to calf kicks. Really just kind of stifled his movement in that fight. And just really good defense all around. Like I said, he doesn't really get hit. Haven't really seen him get dropped. Obviously never been finished, but great takedown defense as well. We saw Felipe dos Santos shooting takedowns. He'd stuff him and then get his own takedowns on top of that. So I think he's going to be the better grappler. I think he's going to be more technical. I think power is even between these two. Daniel Barez, he's getting up there in age. He's 36 years old. Coming off of an iffy decision to Victor Altamirano, I feel like Andre Lima runs through Victor Altamirano. He fumbled a win over Jofel Filho, who again's really good. He had him hurt multiple times, dropped on the ground due to body shots, ended up somehow finding himself on the ground. Didn't really have anything in terms of defense on the ground. Jofel Filho just kind of took him down, passed his guard, got to him out, arm triangle, choked him, all within the first round. And this was after a series of Filho getting rocked and hurt on the feet. He also lost his Contender Series bout to Carlos Hernandez, who again, I think is much lower level than Andre Lima. I think Andre Lima is going to be better on the feet. Daniel Barez kind of holds his hands low. He'll throw punches and kind of drop his hands or just kind of keep him down in the pocket after throwing combinations. It's just kind of weird. I just don't feel like his defense is up there as good as Andre Lima. And he did get caught by Victor Altamirano. Took a lot of head kicks even though they were blocked. Got his nose broken, and that fight was only back in September. I think both these guys fought in September, where Daniel Barez took a lot of damage, nose broken, whereas Andre Lima had a pretty good performance against Felipe dos Santos, didn't take tons of damage. He's the younger guy, more talented guy, going to be making the more drastic improvements, being 26 versus Daniel Barez, who's 36. I think Daniel Barez is a tough dude. I think he's got really good boxing, but he's just kind of one-dimensional. We saw him throw a few kicks in the Filho fight, but against Victor Altamirano he didn't, and maybe it was because he was afraid of the takedowns, but Andre Lima is throwing kicks, and he's delivering strikes to all levels, and he can back it up with his takedown defense and his jiu-jitsu if he needs to. So Andre Lima, I think he'll win this fight. He's like a minus 310 favorite. He's just got more tools and more ways to win than Daniel Barez. And I don't know if he gets him out of there. I think he'll outstrike him on the feet, maybe mix in his takedowns. And I think if he does that, gets him onto the ground, I think he can TKO him there just with his grappling and control, or get the submission. But Daniel Barez is a super tough dude. So I'm going to go with Andre Lima to win this one. Wouldn't be surprised with a finish. But I think he gets a decision against a tough guy in Daniel Barez. Thanks.